What is up? 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 What's up, guys? Welcome to replay dump number 9. It's gonna be the most amazing episode, and we're gonna be mainly featuring games versus Haffey today. So yeah, let's start off with this one. It's gonna be a good day. We have some games versus Haffey for you guys, so just making sure. Yeah. Spawning in the bottom left, in the red pieces, crayon, and that's me. And in the top right, in the blue pieces, we have Haffey, and he's gonna want to just have a game where he just destroys and beats everything, but I'm gonna say no, we're gonna have something that makes a little more sense than that. And he taught me some stuff about expanding earlier today. So we got our second house, we got our castle, he got his castle with a raider. We went home. He manages to get the snipe. Raider goes down. But that worker would have mined so much over its lifetime. A better early game. This is what we want to see. And Haffey went with the double mill opener. He's confident he can hold with 4 units. I should be able to get something done here. I didn't realize how committed he was, but I was also committed to something. I got a fast third like he taught me, and I was just looking to have an economic opener. But my archers are coming across the map, and I only have 1 barracks. What is gonna happen? These gyrocrafts are set to do damage. 4 gyrocrafts on my side of the map. And we're gonna lose the fight. It's bound to happen. There's not much you can do. When you fight Haffey, you just get distracted and you lose everything. He thinks these really low raiders are gonna bait me, and he's correct. We should have gone up and ran that out, but the raiders were that way. So all the wolves are dead. No. Only 1 worker died in that exchange. The archers are running around like idiots. Sorry, I'm blathering on like a blithering idiot. Damn it. I'm not sure what I was supposed to do here. The Rax is flashing apparently. I don't see how it's flashing. I don't see how that's different from that. So that's what it looks like. And then, wait, so this is what it looks like, and I don't see how you can tell. Supposedly the barracks is flashing, so that's how you can tell that it's producing. He has to back up. I built like a lot of archers. He wants to take this fight. I don't really want to give that to him. My third is way earlier. I'm only 150 gold mined behind, so I'm not that far behind. I have my tower up. He wants to snipe this. I'm not there for that. And I was like, he had basically pulled me apart. This was the first game we played, so I was like not having it. I was just in this bad mental state that got better as we played later today. These games were played today. And I'm just in this bad mental state where I feel like I can be Haffey. I can do what Haffey does, but I'm not Haffey. I don't know why it would make sense that I would be able to do something like that. But we hold position our workers, and as you can tell, workers are power workers. Workers are porkers. So that's a really important thing to keep in mind when you're playing these games, is that you can hold position workers and they don't get focused down. They block off the entire way that you're trying to go. And then shroud is good too. So you're gonna want to learn how to use worker, hold position, and shroud if you wanna get in on this new Haffey meta. Gyro Raider. I think the Raiders just never died, so that's why there's so many of them. Go Las Vegas Raiders. Allegiant Stadium looks really good when you're on the freeway. Just shout out to Allegiant Stadium and the Raiders. Expensive tickets, dude. It's so hard to be a Las Vegas native. You like trying to support and be patriotic, but they're just like, they're messing you up. It's not nice. And I was basically not committed to winning the game after my worker pool failed. GG. Haffey takes game 1 of 5. I don't know if we'll watch all of these or if we'll choose some other ones, but I think in Replay Dump 9, I've been playing Haffey, so maybe we'll only feature games by Haffey. Here's the next game. We took a little break between each game and talked a bit about the meta and things we wanted to see happening. That's a lie. Everything I said is a lie. Workers are not porkers. Workers are workers. Unpowerful workers. But damn, do you see a lot of them when you play this game. So we're going for a cheeky 2-den opener, and we're gonna not take our expand, so we're gonna go further into a even more committed aggression. This cheeky worker hiding. This fight is really important, but the third raider came out and I'm just like stumped. I was not prepared for that. He didn't make a house, he's just using his castle as a house, but he did make a second barracks, and he is gonna have some sort of method of answering what I'm doing in this game. And I want to make a tower, but he has to know that there's going to be a tower coming down. So that's why he pulled his workers there. And I should have just made a tower again, I guess. I have 3 snakes versus 2 archers, now 5 snakes. This is a really good fight, but if the workers join the fight, then I lose the whole push. I lose all my momentum and the game with it. I was stacking some snakes and then I realized, so I had to reinforce my army I think I changed my rally to a unit and it died. That's what happened. Then I have this bad fight. I scout the high ground, I come up the high ground, and I have the army advantage. It's 3 dead versus a delayed no house 2 racks. So he should be able to hold this, but he's going to be in a really cheeky situation where he has to get something done. So this fight is going to be crazy. The double worker pool. Workers come off the mine at the nav. If you check the units there. 7 workers to 9 at the end of that fight. And I could have took the game from that scenario, but he was on 2 mines, I was on 1. I use they, them pronouns, by the way. But don't worry too much about that, because I got fat, so it doesn't even matter. I just, my life is, I'm turning 26 in, 13 days. It's gonna be great. I was born in 2000, which I still don't believe. So, I'm one of the definitions of millennial. But I've said that much before. Yeah, no castles, so the game was over, even though I killed so many workers that there's only a 2 worker lead. 2 mines is actually really efficient, Haffey told me, so yeah, look out for me winning a bunch because of mining dynamics in the upcoming days versus these Div 1 level players that I am friends with, like It's J, I come from SC, and then there's Div Gamma level players like Shadowcaster. Div Gamma is sort of for StarCraft 2 Masters level players. Okay. Here we go. On Ice Cold. I drink a lot of beer, so I think, yeah, I got too fat to drink too much beer. No one wants to deal with that. In the top right, Haffey and the blue pieces. Crayon and the red pieces in the bottom left. That's me. Archers. Kind of just took really bad fights with the wolves, trying to get a position where I could do damage. That was a good fight, but we lost 2 wolves to just knock this archer down to low health. Now this game, I got a lot more done than usual. We came around, I was doing a lot of fancy stuff on the map, and I get the wolf in, I get the scout, it's a church. I want to take my 3rd base. I think Haffey probably, whoa, 25% off. That's a cheap deal when you're playing versus barracks play. Now, I had taken earlier 3rd. I see the church, or the church in Korean. He wants to push out, but I actually got the tactical question mark, and he decides to take a 3rd instead of... I think he was going to do a worker pool all in, which would have gone really well, actually, versus my small army. But I say question mark, and he's like, yeah, I'll let Visix live. Visix live. Remember... Oh shit, I can't... I'm trying to quote Achievement Hunter, but I forgot the quote. The quote is, remember, as long as the boss lives, that's good. You can remember that outside of this game as well. And then Michael says, that's right, outside of this game. And then he hits Jeff with the car. Sorry, so the quote is, yeah. So he didn't pull workers. It's kind of a big map, but he would have won the game there. And he's going for third priest before invis armor. I'm getting +1 attack. I'm somehow I got my third earlier and I'm 150 gold behind. I want to take the fight, but I sack a wolf to scout his army there, and I was like, oh, his army is kind of too big to fight. So I could throw all the wolves away and remake Wolf Snake, but that just sort of seemed like I wanted to win by, or survive by having a solid, comparable build order. These games are all played today, by the way. So he gets a catapult out. I get a catapult out. He's gonna sort of shove that at his third base. And I don't have that many snakes, but I am ahead in supply, and I want to use the wolves to give the snakes free hits. So all the wolves are gonna die, but this Kata is gonna die. If we look at units lost, I lost 19 wolves, and across the whole game I've lost 19 wolves and 4 snakes. So that fight actually went really well for him. And he's gonna want to push now, but I actually do have a big, like, I can remax, and he lost like any units at all. So now he has no soldiers. I forget what happens here. Maybe he just pulls back. I don't remember. He scouts that. Oh, he sends the Invis Kata. Look at this. Invis came out. Everyone's getting all their researches. He has Invis. I see that immediately, and I change my... I'm going to be getting a bird and bird detection. Bird detection on my nat. I see it coming in, and it feels like there's nothing I can do. Haffey's multitasking is just better than mine. I canceled that, but it still died. Really annoying. He's gonna like get the cat up on the high ground and try and see the workers. He's running away here. He goes through this alley. Not sure why he chooses to do that, but apparently it's good. We kill like 2 archers for not much. And then we're like, well, we actually maxed out, and he did not max out. So we sort of have the fight potential here. He's gonna get 4 worker kills. Katas are just so good defensively, but not so good offensively. And even defensively, if they have room to move, like on a more open map like Ice Cold, it's just like so annoying. Luckily he didn't retarget the Kata. I know I can get my snakes in there and try and do some damage. My detection bird is out, but I'm not really paying attention. He wasn't paying attention to this fight either. So the Invis soldier comes out, and I get really annoyed. And I'm pulling back. But I did transfer to this base. I defended this base. I needed to take this one. I had the money to take that one. If we look at income, I am even in eco, which is crazy. And then I got so upset after this fight because I thought I lost like all my snakes for nothing. And I only lost like 5 snakes in that fight, but that's still a really big deal because if you have like 12 plus snakes and some wolves, you can fight stuff, but like I guess like 8 snakes is like way worse because then the wolves don't multiply the damage nearly as much. Yeah, talking to Haffey has really made me lose confidence in my casting because I used to feel like my game knowledge was like really good, and now I just feel like it's really bad. So, oh man. I didn't bring my bird into the fray. And these snakes are gonna get... This happened. So annoying. These... +2, +3, +3, +2 versus +3. But this... I killed a ton of archers, and then like my kata comes in, so you can't really push further. He killed like... This soldier has... These soldiers have 7 kills between them. I thought they killed more actually. But I can't like micro and macro to think like go down, go up. He's just gonna kill this base, and also my snakes bugged out when they saw this bird. I don't even have this base, so I don't know why he wants to do that. And he's gonna go out the 1 space opening. But this game, now I'm down in supply, which is beast, is really bad. But it's just archers, so if I have a lot of like buildings that he has to kill if he wants to win. So he has to get more ahead if he wants to actually take the game. The offensive base. That might be BM. But you know, BM is like... BM is a big part of it. He kills a low base. It's 350 gold for nothing. 350 gold for nothing. Everything's dying. It's all over. Now I'm like forcing the fight to push him back so I can keep mining. I actually was able to take this base, so I was alright actually. I've been even with him in mining this whole game. I don't know how that even happened. I guess because he took like this 5 base scenario, whereas I was like mining here and mining here, so I'm still on 3 base and he's on 3 base. He's on 4 base. I made it up to 5. I don't know how I counted 4 as 5 right there. He's on 4 base. Shroud the tower? Bro, towers are expensive. How can you just shroud one and run away? Now he's on 5 base here. What the helly? What the helly? But yeah, more. I wanted like Busk Achievement Hunter, like quoting the video and putting the video on and like quoting it. But I think that might do better in San Diego than in the city I live in because it's kind of conservative here. I don't know if they would really understand. But what I want to do is like put on the videos and just like quote them and like as the video goes on, because I've watched the videos. It's the Achievement Hunter Cops and Crooks. I've watched them so many times that I have it like memorized. Really, really funny videos, but I don't laugh so much anymore. I kind of just quote the videos. Where's my blanking kolache? I'm hungry. Where's my blanking kolache? A kolache is a hot dog, by the way. It's like a Polish hot dog. We're death balling really hard, so this base is gonna go down. But if we kill this army, this is so abusive. It feels like wolves should get like way more done, but like these archers are just kiting all day. It's so annoying. So annoying. Oops. He's gonna step forward and... Oh, I guess I sort of won that fight eventually. All it takes is like one kata shot that kills like 4 archers. And then I was mining this was about to mine out, so I was gonna be on one base with 1,000 gold in it. So I say GG, I GG out, and that's the end of that game. Let's check the timer. Maybe we'll end. I think we'll cast one more game. Only been 27 minutes, so we'll cast one more game. Is this good? Yeah, this game was alright. Short was speccing, and he went to say GLHF before anyone else, so I don't know about that, but Sword, if you're watching, shout out to Sword. He's a great player. I think he might be like a famous StarCraft 2 player, but when I asked him if he was a certain StarCraft 2 player, he said he wasn't. So it's sort of like this situation where like, I don't know if what really happened with all that as the years have passed. Because like I was talking to this lady and I asked her, she talked about being the curator of this public piano, and I was like, oh, are you the curator? And she was like, oh no. And I was like, oh. I was sort of like, is she telling the truth? But people don't have to dox themselves, and sometimes like I don't pass the charisma check, so to speak. You have to have so much charisma to make it these days. It's annoying, especially when you feel like you're like a big name and you want to be respected. And I'm like, did he expand? I'm scouting. I know I have to get in his main. There's nothing in his main. He just has 3 racks. But I'm like microing. This exchange was funny. I scout that he has that base, and I'm like, he's on 3 base. Time for me to go up to 3 base. I have a big army. He has a big army too, so as long as he brings his raiders back in time, he can defend handily. This was starting to piss me off, because he just is just like being so annoying. And my third base starts, and I try to show him that I'm pushing out across the map, and he wants to see if I send out like some units to harass him. His army has gotten so annoying. It's just like, how are you supposed to play Snake versus Archer? The only solution is to play barracks. You have to play racks, but that's not... You have to play racks, but that's not even what they tell you. The truth is that it's not even about racks or beast. It's just the only option is racks. Beast is just like the counterpart that looks cool for the replay. So all you beast players out there, shout out to you. You're a cog in a never-ending, useless machine. Now the game was over because he just has Archer Soldier. He can just push me and win. But he wants to give me the game, give me the replay. So he's being annoying with these raiders, and I can't catch the raiders. I killed a raider earlier. If you look at the units lost, 1 raider and 2 wolves. Finally, half health. Just gonna scout this. And I make a barracks. Gonna make raiders. Is that you, Hee-haw? Hee-haw. Now I'm significantly behind in income. I'm about 800 gold behind. But that's pretty bad. Just, you shouldn't let that happen. Generally, and he has a lot of units, so he obviously hasn't been building pure eco, and feels like he could have killed me at any point. But I'm making my armory, and I'm gonna research Shroud, and that's actually gonna allow me to take some really cool looking fights with archers not being able to do a lot of damage. So it's going to be really important to see as we continue. I see his full army and I'm like, oh, can't really fight that. It's not really going to do much of anything. I told Haffey I'm a really aggressive player. Laughs. I guess I just have to end the game versus total Div 2 level players. Bro, being in Div 1 is the worst. I feel like I'm a low Div Gamma level, like I'm a low Masters level, and that equates to low Div Gamma. But it's just like, bro, what the hell? How do I not even have an account in Div Gamma if I am Div Gamma? And he's gonna pull his whole army, and I knew he was gonna thwart this base. I sent all the workers to this base. Thwart. But my Shroud is on the way. So that's gonna be important. I have like this raider. He's sort of hiding. You can see his bonnet. His thieves hood. I remember back in the day I would like get sick on the Thieves Guild from Skyrim. Is Skyrim still the coolest thing I ever saw? We'll have to let... That still has yet to be determined. But he has Shroud. He can't fire under Shroud. Shroud, unlike Fireball, is global. My Shroud is like mostly finished. I'm making another raider. And what's really unfortunate is that I'm building 4 dens, and my workshops are exposed. So I'm in this, like, I don't have enough snakes, but that means I can throw away a lot of wolves if I get the snakes firing. He only has one shroud left. He wants to hold position here and start hitting all my stuff. There's my shroud. Now none of these archers can fire. We're getting a really big game on all these melee units, and oh, there's like a lot of snakes firing, and I have +2 attack. He has +2 armor. Shroud doesn't work on katas. The bird goes down. Now he has no scouting potential. It's like the game has just fallen back into my favor. And now the raiders died, so the shroud game is just like all on my side. But now Archer Death Ball is in effect. That's so annoying. And he was giving it to me because it was my first time using Shroud. Like I learned from watching his games. And Haffey, he watches a lot of replays. So I think that's important to note, that if you watch the replay every game after the game, you might get better. That might be good. He got range. I don't need range. There's no range for snakes. There's a snake in my boot. A big shroud comes in. Making 8 wolves and plus 3 attack. He's gone up to +1, +2. Oh god. Why am I so bad at this video game? Now he's sort of flexing his... He killed my base, so now he's 2.3k gold ahead. That's kind of game ending. I feel like he just didn't engage here. Oh, because it's my whole army, so he has to run. Well, he kills my third. I needed to turn around. But when you get 2.3k gold behind, that's just the sort of situations you're placed into. Where your third is dying and he's on 6 base or some shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 base. It's not that bad. I'm only 3 bases behind. I'm only 3 mining bases behind. And I have Shroud. He's gonna want to drop in my main. There's a tower. Shroud like takes a second to get into place. This one did. This one just sort of was in its place the whole time. Now we're finally gonna take a good fight. He's gonna reinforce over there and in the drop. This is like this situation for me where like I was feeling really good about what was going on. Losing a lot of health on these workers, which is not good for our hold potential if we even use workers like that. Which we should, but we just don't yet, so it's not a big deal. All these workers are holding gold, so they go to the they go home instead of to the mine. But they only go to the nat now that they got their AI fixed. Oh, but these ones all want to go to the main. I don't know why when the nat is closer, but... And this force is gonna look formidable. We have a raider. He has 3 raiders. Shrouds that thing. This 2x whatever space. He wants sniper houses. Like Womp said, we built this land. Shout out to Womp for building Womp's fortress. This raider, he has 1 kill. All the 1 kill raiders today. The armory is gonna go down. It already did the mostest. Once you research Shroud as an armory, you go like, "Gah! My life is complete." And you sort of like, I don't know. You like do something a plant does. And this is gonna be GG. 150 supply Haffey, 60 supply crayon. But there's a lot of workers at least. There's a lot of mining potential. This whole map is rife, open for mining. So yeah. One more big shroud and it's gonna be GG. Replay dump 9. Damn. And I was thinking like, you couldn't see my boxing, but I was like boxing these wolves in such a way where when they got on top of the shrouded archers that they would be like strong and stuff. You can select shroud. It's a shroud field with a melee range. It's kind of funny. I don't know, it says 0 kills, but I don't know if there's a way for a shroud field to get a kill, so yeah. Alright, yeah, I'm not so sure. There's like a girl on. Let's read her bio. It's a new account. Put a girl on. Put a girl on. A boba. Put a girl on. Straight up, a boba. Put a girl on. That's like classic Twitch chat. Which is like a dude frying or praising or something. It's like a dude shaking it. It's like a circle guy shaking his legs. It's a really funny emote. Then there's there's some other emotes from Twitch chat. Twitch is stealing my life. I spend too much time on TS. That shit. Glitch 1. Okay, thanks for watching. This has been Replay Dump 9, featuring exclusively games with Haffey. So, shout out to Haffey for saying that I could cast these and for playing with me. He taught me, we did 2 games on Ravaged, and he taught me a lot about the early game and how to min-max your opener. Alright. Replay dump 9. Is that what we were meant to be doing? Replay dump 9. Thanks for watching.